All right, guys, I want to share with you some key tips around how you can make your strength and conditioning sessions far more time efficient and time effective. Without doubt, one of the biggest barriers, and even with some of our SFE members who have been with us for a long time is our most precious commodity. When we are trying to maintain a high volume training program, when you are trying to juggle that around being a family life, a work life, commuting, that we all live a very busy, active lifestyles. So one of the first things that gets dropped often is I just don't have enough time to get my strength sessions in. I'm having to cram them in. I just don't know what I need to be doing, so I'm just kind of making it up as I go. What I want to help you guys with is kind of flipping this perception and then giving you a bit more clarity as to what this could look like, because 30 to 45 minutes can be enough time. But what we want to go through is what does that need? What should that look like for you? And obviously, guys, this is going to be an individualized approach, because each and every one of us is going to have different goals. Each and every one of us is going to have different, different things that we need to be working on. But what I really want to stress, guys, and this is something that you already know, is that you know that you need to be doing something little and often, pretty much on a daily, weekly basis, to stay on top of those potential niggles or injuries in the future. If you want to run, ride, swim, you want to take on these longer challenges, these bigger events, you foresee that you want to be running, riding, swimming for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years of your life. What is it going to take to maintain that? Well, it's going to be this maintenance work. It's going to be this level of consistent strength and conditioning. And yes, without a shadow of a doubt, you want to be really dialing in on this at some point and really making sure that you are having a comprehensive approach to it. But there comes a point where actually the maintenance side of things can come down to 30 to 45 minutes 2 times a week. But the specificity of that training needs to be there. The individualization needs to be there. If you are just going through the motions of trying to do a core workout where you're spending most of the time lying on the ground and you're just doing, working your abs and working your core, that is unbelievably rudimentary, and that's not a true representation of what a strength and conditioning session can be for you. I'd like to think, if you're listening to this, is that you understand that your strength and conditioning needs to be comprehensive. It needs to be full body. Whether you're a runner, a rider, a multi-sport athlete, you will have to climb, hike. You can't neglect any part of your body. Any area that has any significant weakness or deficit, it's going to be the thing that probably holds you back. It's going to be the thing that you pull up with an injury in or a niggle in, or it's going to force you to start to compensate, which is then going to obviously bring about an injury. So when it comes to being time effective, you need to know what your greatest weaknesses are, and that's a non-negotiable. We need to know what your obvious areas of weakness are. Are they a result of previous injury? Are they a result of previous sports that you played? Are they a result of just having a sedentary lifestyle? So you've come into running, riding, whatever your sport is, at a later date after 10 years of being away from the sport. But dialing in on that, once you understand what those areas of weakness are, that has to become the primary focus. Your core might be strong enough, your calves might be strong enough, but your posterior chain, your hamstrings and glutes may be non-existent. You may have zero upper body strength right now. You may have not jumped up and down on the spot and done any kind of plyometric work in 20, 30 years. Those athletic qualities are going to catch up with you. And so they need to be right at the forefront of your training. Single leg strength, upper body strength, plyometric ability, those are the things that we need to be making sure. So within a 30-minute session, put those to the front of the list. Front of the pile. That does mean that some of the stuff that you kind of like doing, the core work maybe, that comes later on. And if you've got that luxury of more time, then that comes later. But you may be working at things that you are strong enough in. And what I want to say to you guys, if you've got 30 or 45 minutes 2 times a week, which everyone can find that time, you prioritize the specific areas of weakness that you potentially have got to identify. That is, without doubt, the biggest tip I could give you in terms of seeing the best results from your strength and conditioning work. But also in terms of your perception around, does it need to be, if I don't have 45 to 60 minutes, that's fine. You could literally get a great session in 20 to 30 minutes by simply targeting those areas of weakness. And for myself, over the years, it's been single leg, it's been posterior chain, hamstring, etc. So when I go into the gym sometimes, I'm time poor at times because I'm trying to juggle early mornings with my little boys and trying to get to work on time and I've got calls in the day. I've only got 30 minutes, literally, which is sad to say because we've got a gym at home, but I will go in and I will hit those key areas. I will hit them hard within reason. I'll do either a superset, or I'll work one particular movement well. So a squat pattern, a deadlift, like a split squat or a unilateral exercise. But I'll work my known weaknesses. And then if I've got a little bit of luxury of time, I might do some core work or some other work just to finish off. But guys, if you want to get more, you want to see the benefits of your strength and conditioning, and you struggle with time, then just dial it in. Find out what you need to be working on. A great movement screen, some bodyweight testing, some strength testing, have a good conversation with a coach, find out what you need to be working on, and then make that the focus. And then for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 2 or 3 times a week, work it, drill it, progress that, progress the sets, reps, weights that you're working with. And I guarantee you'll start to see the results you're looking for. All right, so time efficient training. Biggest tip I can give you is really starting to dial in on those areas of weakness. What are they for you? Don't just guess. There's simple things we could be doing just to kind of screen that, and that's obviously what we do every single week with everyone that we work with. So let us know your thoughts.